quick Thursday unboxing because just an update on one of the coolest collaborations I've ever done. Because we've done wacky collaborations with the indie series with Nyx where we just took things the most extreme. We did the beefy Russell, 7-layer beefy Russell mocks where we just took that to the most extreme. And usually when we take things to the most extreme, it's very visually apparent. You know, it's right on the outside of the product, it's pretty clear. But this collaboration, we took things to the most extreme in a different way. We tried to make the most absolutely undeniable boot on the market. Because Thursday already makes some pretty undeniable boots. You know, they own that $200 to $300 category. You know, if it comes to heritage boots that look good, a lot of people end up buying Thursdays for those reasons. And when it comes to quality, there's very few boots that can even rival Thursday in terms of the quality they already had. So when me and Nolan, the CEO of Thursday, were talking, we were just complaining about the internet, honestly. We were just like, oh, it's so annoying. We try to do all these things. I was like, I give out content for free and the people are so pissed. And Nolan's like, I'm just trying to make the coolest boots of all time. And no matter what I do, people get pissed. You know, we're just kind of like venting a little bit. And both of us are like, why don't we just make the absolute most undeniable boot? Like, why don't we just tackle that? Why don't we, instead of just complaining about people complaining about us, why don't we try to solve every conceivable problem with a boot so there's no room for complaint? Absolutely no room whatsoever. And that was the guiding North Star of the project, was like, how do we make this an undeniably good value, an undeniable price, undeniable quality, undeniably heritage, and undeniably arguably the best boot that money can buy in this price range. And I don't, you know, the whole concept was like, we want your guys' help to make this perfect, because I wasn't confident that we could nail it on the first try. And that's half the fun with these projects that you're taking to the absolute extreme. Is it's fun to the give and take, to bring people along for the ride and have them help you see angles of this project that we can see ourselves. Because now there's hundreds or thousands of these heritage boots out there that people have owned and been wearing and been giving us lots of good feedback with. And so I think we're honing in on the perfect, like, undeniable boot. And this is kind of a new little version of it. So, excuse me. What knife today? The Sig Sauer iconic knife collaboration. I only showed this in one video, so I was like, I'm gonna show this again because it's such a sick little knife. Uh-oh. I think it's one of those sneezing knives. Dang, I think it's smooth. I have to sneeze so bad. Oh, it's just like, this knife in particular has such a unique feel to how smooth it is. It feels like a gun. It has like and I don't think it's any different than probably the rest of Iconic's knives, but I can tell it's high quality just because of how smooth it is. It really is crazy. This knife just feels different. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the bearings on the inside or the tolerances they build into this knife, but it just has that, you know? And I love the shape of the blade. It's kind of like and I'm not a knife guy, but it's kind of like a Tonto-esque blade. I love the shape of it. I love everything about it. I have to sneeze so bad. It's like right on the tip of my schnoz. So, let's do it. I can't concentrate because I have to sneeze. I need to go look in the sun for a second. I don't know about you, but the sun makes me sneeze. I told ya. I just have to make eye contact with the sun. Whoa, and my eyes are all watery. I was just crying at this project, is all it is. Okay, I just love this knife and this boot. Okay, sneeze is done. Invisible tape cut. Let's see what the next iteration looks like. This is from Jared, because I always screw things up. Note from Jare Bear, the label on this boot is wrong. It is the Brownstone Heritage StormKing Captain. Because it wouldn't be the first time I literally screwed up the entire video because I called the thing wrong. It's like 1 out of every 3 videos that I screw it up, screw something up. Okay, let's check it out. Ooh, I didn't notice. I don't know if I remember this. Good your welt, honest pricing, custom materials, comfortable, ThursdayBoots.com, durable, for wherever the day takes you. Plus, Nolan's like the best dude of all time. He's so fun. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, yes. This leather, we've been talking about back and forth a few times because this leather is so nice. Let me show it to you. So this is officially the Brownstone. It's gonna be hard to see on camera a little bit, but I'm gonna do my best to show it to you. So this is the StormKing version. So you remember like the first Heritage Captain was like the full Heritage Captain with the full leather heel stack. I'm just trying to get that going there. And we put a little bit of a Western slant on it. And then we released the StormKing version that's on their StormKing construction that has like the unit sole. And I think that was the main difference, honestly. And then since then, we'll go over this in the in the main cut in half video, because I think we're gonna do a cut in half video, but we've kind of adjusted some things here and there. I think Nolan has adjusted the last a little bit just to perfect it, to still keep that slimish silhouette while still keeping that double toe cap not ridiculously bulbous, still giving you plenty of height without looking crazy bulbous. Do I have a boot I can compare it to? I do have a boot on, I just don't know if I can show it yet. Okay, I'm gonna show you, and I'll zoom up just in case I can't actually show you the whole boot. So this is, you know, this is a lot taller than the regular toe on Thursdays. And this, oh, I have to hide this from the table. This is like a taller toe. So you can see it's still slimmer and it has that double toe cap. And so that's like what we're always trying to balance. And so that's what this boot is all about, is like, you can't make anything perfect at the end of the day. There's no such thing as a perfect anything, because there's so much variance in what people are looking for, what they like, what they aesthetically like, what they functionally like, what their job is, what their life is. So there's no such thing as a perfect product. And part of that is because it's constantly trade-offs. If you go ultimate heritage, you lose comfort. If you go ultimate comfort, you lose heritage. If you make it super slim silhouette, you don't get that toe room. If you make it super bulbous toe, you don't get the aesthetic. And so this boot really turned out to be not just trying to make the ultimate like undeniable boot, but trying to find, it's like the sweet spot boot. Like if a little bit of this, a little bit of that, the perfect amount of this, and just trying to, which makes it way more hard and complicated, you know, because that's what is so fun about like John Lofgren's and the Pacific Northwest boots, is they are the ultimate extreme and you pay the ultimate price. Versus this, it's that weighing of the options. It's the weighing of all those things we talked about. But this leather, I guess, is what I'm supposed to be talking about, because it's really cool. Let me try to find a good angle so you can see this leather a little bit better. So I'm not sure if it shows up on screen or not, but this is it's like a chocolatey dark brown leather. But you can see there's a lot of variation, a lot of highlights and lowlights in this leather. So. And then also, like if I give it a little pull-up test, you can see it has pull-up. It has like variation. It's a very supple leather without being super firm like a work boot leather, but not so soft and floppy that it doesn't hold its shape and it doesn't keep this like grain leather look to it. And I don't know, I honestly don't know what Thursday's doing with their leather, but they have like a certain formula for this kind of leather that is that. I'm trying to think how to describe it, because I can kind of gush about it because I had nothing to do with it. And I'm just like, oh, that one looks cool. I think that would do well with this, and like maybe we combine it with this color, and maybe we do this, and like, but like the actual designing of the leather, I had nothing to do with, so I'm allowed to gush about it. But this leather and a couple of the other leathers, they're thick and substantial, but they're light and flexible without being foamy. They're saturated without being like really oily. I guess maybe the better way to say it is just, it's similar to the whole concept of this boot. This is not the most thick, rigid, puncture resistant, abrasion resistant leather in the world. It's supposed to be a really durable leather that does break in comfortably. It's so hard for me to figure out how to describe it. It almost, you know what it feels like? I'm not trying to compare it to cordovan in terms of quality by any means, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is a cordovan leather, but you know how cordovan has kind of like, it almost feels like rubber. It almost is like, ooh, this is so hard for me to describe. It almost feels like it has a consistent texture and feel all the way through the leather. That's how this feels. Like it almost feels like cordovan, like a tumbled cordovan. I'm not saying it has any of the properties of cordovan. It doesn't look like cordovan. It just has that really unique feel that cordovan has, but like a lighter version of it. That's the best I got. I'm trying to figure out how to describe it. If you have like one of these leathers from Thursday, you know what I'm talking about. It's a really uniquely balanced leather. And I don't know, Thursday, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what was that? But like, I was just trying to describe this leather. It is really unique and different. Let's take a look at the inside. Let's see if anything has changed on the inside. Because So we got a few, I think we got a few drops of the Heritage Captains coming out this year with some variation. So on the inside, we still have that full length leather insole. Got a little bit of foam in the heel. Still that Goodyear welt construction. Leather heel counter, leather lining. Feels like it still has the leather insole under the sock liner and underneath that foam. Leather midsole. This boot's killer. Let's see what's going on their site. Let's see if it's not on their site yet, I'm pretty sure. But let's just look. Let's see what's going on with the Heritage Captains. There's the OG. $235. Isn't that crazy? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just go watch the video. I'll link it below, the cut in half video. It's crazy that we were able to, and we is a loose we. It's mostly Thursday. Thursday was able to do this collaboration for that $235. Like, there's not much out there that can even get close to rivaling that. Okay, there's your StormKing Captain, but that's not the Heritage one. So it's not available yet. It's just the one StormKing Captain we released last time. There's your internal component shot. Look at that, leather midsole. Looks like leather shank, leather insole, that little bit of foam underneath the sock liner. Veg tan toe stiffener, veg tan heel counter for $235. Are you freaking kidding me? I don't even have to like, and it's one of these things where it's like, it kind of speaks for itself. And so I try not to go over the details too many times because I'm like, this boot is pretty undeniable. And then just while we're talking, I have them right now, actually, right there. I cut apart their Challenger boot, like this one. I think I got it in this color though. So I cut this one. I also cut, what's the other Pacific Northwest looking one? The Thunder. I cut the Thunder in half. And I'm gonna compare them to the Pacific Northwest boots to see, it's almost a third of the price. It's less than half the price of a Pacific Northwest boot. And allegedly it has all the components of Pacific Northwest boot. People are saying it's like the Thursday Pacific Northwest killer. And so I'm gonna be doing a cut in half review of those and comparing them to Pacific Northwest boots. Not just to see if is it a Pacific Northwest boot, but just to like kind of identify what is this, because it's not a work boot. You know, I don't think Thursday's making like heavy duty work boots. And so I'm like, what is it? Like, if I didn't know how this was positioned, if I just looked at the materials, how would this boot come across to me if I didn't know the brand, I didn't know the price, what would this boot be? And this boot's pretty freaking killer, to be honest with you. This is one of my favorite Thursday boots. It just is balanced really well. I like the bulbousy toe matched with like the chunky heel, you know? This is a good looking boot. So be on the lookout for that. These drop here, if we know the date. This is a pretty early pair, so I'm not exactly sure when they drop. But if I have a date, here it is. And if you don't have a pair of the regular Thursday Heritage Captains, let's see if they're still available. Yeah, we got sizes still available in them. So check those out below. Check out the StormKings, still got some sizes in StormKings. And then that is waitlisted. But look at that, 4.9 out of 5 stars. I think we crushed it. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Huge shout out to Thursday. It's been so cool to be a part of this project because you know, it's been a fun passion project. It's been fun just hanging out with Nolan and concepting this stuff and really trying to push the limits, not just to try to like, oh, we gotta find a way to make money. It's like, no, let's do something really cool. Let's push the limits. Let's try to disrupt it a little bit. Let's make something undeniable. And that's all thanks to your guys' support of these collaborations. And that's how we afford to buy brand new stuff to cut apart every single week, is because you support our collaborations, you support our handmade leather goods, our new insoles, the saddle soles, all that goes into this whole project. So thank you guys. See ya.